SPD emergency!
Power Rangers fans, get ready for the biggest event of the fall. It's Ranger Stop Superhero Toy and Comic-Con 3. Hang out with some of your fellow Ranger fans for a weekend of fun and excitement. Check out awesome panels, including a live Ranger recap. Get a chance to purchase new and rare collectibles in the dealer's room. Sign up for the exclusive VIP dinner. And of course, meet your favorite Power Rangers actors. This year's lineup includes Austin St. John, David Yost, Walter Emmanuel Jones, David Fielder, Johnny Young Bosch, Karen Ashley, Steve Cardenas, Catherine Sutherland, Nikia Baris, Blake Foster, Hillary Shepard, Christopher Kamen Lee, Melody Perkins, Danny Slavin, Sean C.W. Johnson, Rhett Fisher, Jason Fong, Michael Capone, Dan Southworth, Sierra Hanna, Ruben Langdon, Zeron Zephyr, and the SPD 10-year reunion, Brandon J. McLaren, Chris Vallette, Matt Austin, Monica May, and Alicia Perrott, with more potential guests to come, along with a mystery guest you won't know about until the convention weekend. So come down to the Holiday Inn Suites across from Universal Studios, 5905 South Kirkman Road, Orlando, Florida, November 13th to the 15th, 2015, for Ranger Stop 3. It's gonna be a more phenomenal weekend. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Shades, and welcome to the Shades Reacts Live here on RVTV. How y'all doing, everybody? Oh yes, once again, it is time for our lovely fans to get what they asked for, and literally to get what they donated for. And in more ways than one, I'm giving you guys a little special treat tonight because I added a new donation incentive for you guys, and since we technically have already crossed that particular threshold 3 times over now, I'm at least gonna give you guys one episode to kind of say thanks. But before we get to that incentive, it's time to get our first incentive, and this one goes to my buddy A Justice, who I believe is in the chat. Yep, A Justice is in the chat. He was the one that donated. He was the one that suggested this incentive, and when I agreed to it, he was the one that donated the $20 necessary to reach that incentive, and that is a YouTuber reaction. I'm going to be doing a live reaction to a fellow YouTuber out there, and to make this as entertaining as possible, I hope, I have not watched any of this particular YouTuber's work. I have no idea what their style is like. I have no idea if they're good or bad. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into here at all. Because I wanted to give you guys a full, authentic reaction. So this should give you guys an idea of what to expect tonight. Now, speaking of said YouTuber, that YouTuber, of course, is by the name of JoshScorcher. I'm going to try to get this to work here. This has been giving me a little bit of trouble. The screen is technically right there. But unfortunately, OBS likes to mess with me a little bit, so I have to keep resetting the damn thing. Give me just a second. This is not an RVT botch. This is an OBS botch. Because it does this every time without fail. And bada boom. There. Now you guys can see the video screen. You guys can see what you're getting yourself into here. Actually, I might want to... One minor adjustment. Come on, OBS. Work with me here. Work with me. God damn it. There. Things you do to put on a good show, right? All right, now, because of this, I can't see the chat right now. Because as you can see, I'm actually on YouTube. So I can't see the chat. All I can see is this video right here in front of me. But I'm going to try to check what you guys have been saying during this show. This is a 20-minute video. Well, 17, but, you know, you get the idea. And, of course, if you guys enjoy what you see, if you guys enjoy this guy's video, I would definitely encourage you to check out the channel. The link is in the description below, so definitely check it out. But with that, let's get this show on the road. JoshScorcher's, and per his request, this is the top 10 fighting game special moves. I've dabbled in a few fighting games, so hopefully I can give you guys a good reaction to this. But let's see how this goes. Epic intro to start things off here. Definitely not a bad way to start. Oh, whoa, seizure. You can tell this guy's played around in Adobe Premiere. Got some good production values, I'll say that much for starters. Either that or he just knows how to use templates pretty well. Who knows?
You know, I like my old list. Sure, the audio quality wasn't too great, but I still liked many of the jokes I had. Still, we've had quite a few fighting games come out since then, each coming with their own unique special moves. So,
I like his delivery.
I thought I should make another list.
He's definitely got a good, strong delivery here. I'm not definitely knocking that.
I think are the coolest. But no special move from the previous list will be on this list.
Ah, he's pulling one of those moves. Okay. Number 10.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution. 3 and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. I have mixed feelings about the ultimate jutsus from this game. They all go by way too fast, and almost every single one is a giant explosion. Oh, don't get me wrong, you can certainly tell a lot of...
It's a fighting game, dude. You don't want to take 10 minutes to freaking do a special move. Trust me.
Special epic jutsu can be easily swapped out with the other. When everyone's super, no one is. As a result, it was difficult for me to pick which ADD explosion was the best.
I'd complain about the background, about his set looking very much like Link Cars, but then again, that's as about as generic as they come, so who am I to argue?
Though, one must chuckle at the amusement one receives when one realizes how after these sophomoric explosions take place, the surrounding areas are illogically untouched.
Oh yeah, pointing out video game flaws.
I've decided to give number 10 to Tailed Beast Barrage. Father and son create one giant explosion together. They use the show's Flying Thunder Gods technique to teleport themselves to the throne.
Okay.
Delivering a series of hot rays.
Interesting use of the British accent, the fake British accent there. Trying to sound classy.
A yellow and orange energy ball silhouette, which creates another succulent, massive explosion, dealing great damage
Phrasing.
in the process that somehow leaves the surrounding area completely undamaged. It's freaking awesome!
Okay, mood whiplash. Yeah. That came out of nowhere. Oh, that's that look like he's going to tell you something that you surely didn't want to expect. Whoop. Okay, then.
Man, I really want to pick Final Explosion again, but that would be violating my own rules. And you know what? That attack's greatness requires a knowledge of the show to begin with. So let's go with something almost as cool, but requires no context, and isn't from DBZ Budokai 3, just an unofficial sequel. Enter Janemba's Spike Hell.
Yes, Janemba, the
strawberry jello. Janemba
one of the weirdest villains in DBZ history, and that's saying something.
Of 1,000 cuts.
Whoa!
Really hard
Okay, that is kind of badass.
Like Naruto, when every other attack in DBZ is firing another giant laser or death ball, I started to want something unique and different, but still just as awesome and flashy. So for me, I guess you could say Spike Hell is more like Spike Heaven.
Okay, who wrote this? It was me. I did it.
Okay, there must be an in-joke that I don't get.
I was incredibly surprised we got a new Killer Instinct, considering, you know, rare. I was even more surprised that it was good, considering the company that helped make it was known previously for less than stellar movie tie-ins, and eventually went on to create games like Strider. Good on them. I loved all the little changes they made to the game, including making the ultra combos into freaking musical battle cries. All of them have this really cool rhythm to them and are guaranteed to make you headbang. Since they're all pretty much the same, I'm going with the one that looks the coolest and has the best beat. Take it away,
Never
Jacob.
was really into the Killer Instinct series, but hey, you know what?
likes this shit.
Hey, dude, are you flipping me off? You see, he was flipping me off. Well, fuck you too, pal.
Relius Clover from Blaze Blue is a man so evil, he turned his own wife and daughter into cyborg puppets for the sake of research. This complete lack of
Just like any other anime out there, so nothing new here.
Into his astral finish. Admittedly, this particular special move is
Ooh.
not really all that flashy.
I think I've seen enough heads to know where this is going.
Sephiroth needing to eat his heart out. Though what it lacks in awesomeness factor, it makes up for in frightening and disturbing implications. Once Relius activates his astral finish, his puppet wife grabs them and the screen fades to black. It fades back into only what we can assume is Relius' home. His opponent is tied up and Relius says,
"Let the experiments begin."
The door closes, leaving the opponent's grisly fate to your imagination. The interesting thing is, depending on
I've seen enough heads, I didn't know where that's going.
This on, the character is confined in a special way. Several of these are funny, others actually look kind of cool, but some of them look more at home in 50 Shades of Grey.
Enjoy yourselves, yes?
Let's not. Next.
Again, like production value. Definitely knows how to use effects. Hell, he's better than me in that regard.
A lot of really cool new
I was wondering if Smash was going to show up in this.
Several involve you just wailing on a guy DBZ style, others involve hitting a guy to another world where characters from that world kill them, and others... The one I'm selecting for this list is one of the second kind, taking a person off the stage and that person just getting destroyed by multiple sources. Regardless of how bad the other fighters get it from the
Alright, which one?
The one that got wrecked the
It's Mega Man, isn't it?
for this one was Capcom.
Did I not call that? Fucking Mega Man. Saw that coming.
About this one just works. The camera angles, the nostalgia.
Admittedly, it is a badass final smash.
5 different versions of Mega Man joining together and shooting an epic laser at their opponent. Sakurai treated Mega Man fans better than the company that makes the actual Mega Man games. He's all like, oh,
And obligatory shot at Capcom for being idiots.
Give you Mega Man!
Fighting to save the world!
Alright, what's
At the time
next?
of making this, I haven't finished Persona 4 yet, but I really like the upbeat tone, yet...
Persona. Game series I could never get into.
Some are
Great
called
story.
the happiest game
Love the
about
story.
words.
Just
And guess what?
can't
It's got a
play,
fighting
just
game
can't
system
handle the
with
gameplay.
its own set of over-the-top special moves. A lot of these moves are fittingly named, like Galactic Punt, in which Chie punts the enemy into orbit before you can say Team Rocket. The Man series Brofist, in which Kanji and his persona brofist you to death from both sides.
Ooh.
My favorite, Junpei's Explosive Level Up Grand Slam. The attack itself has Junpei summon his persona named Trismegistus, say that 3 times fast, who grabs the opponent and flies up high with him. Trismegistus, who as an aside looks awesome, takes the opponent into space where somehow they aren't freezing to death, where they are then dropped all the way back to Earth. As they are still burning up in the atmosphere, Junpei smashes his opponent so hard it breaks his baseball bat in half. If the bat hadn't broken, that's where I'd lose my suspension of disbelief. Not the whole Greco-Egyptian deity takes you to
Yeah.
The force sends the opponent
That
into a
face
star
was
on fire,
creepy.
by the way, flying into a scoreboard which gets destroyed on impact. Even though several of the other instant kills are just as flashy and several of them reference Greek mythology, this one I feel speaks to me on several levels. Can't imagine why.
Okay then.
Skullgirls is an indie production that
Skullgirls.
celebration of art. Everything is just a marvel to look at. Every character and animation is lovingly.
I've heard a lot of good things
drawn
about
in
this
a
one.
Distinct visual style. This is shown by each character's mock poster, encompassing everything from old circus advertisements, film noir, 1920s cartoons, Hollywood horror films, and number 4 on this list, modern shock horror. At first, Valentine seems like the typical appeal to the male gaze character. Which is true. There are plenty of other characters in Skullgirls that equally fit the bill. Anyways, number 4 goes to Valentine's level 3 blockbuster, Dead on Arrival.
Alright, let's see this.
Tell me where it hurts.
Ooh.
I mean, with the skull face and the blood and red eyes and...
Hey, Doc. I want to cancel my appointments. Forever. This is why we don't have free healthcare in America.
Ow. Okay. I was wondering when this game was going to show up somewhere. Oh, Lord. This is where our disclaimer comes in play, folks.
Guaranteed to make your spine tingle. Several of them
Oh, and he's got a pun counter. That should tell you what to expect.
To pick just one, and it comes at the risk of my choice making you feel empty. There are too many juicy fatalities to pick from, and several are so gut-bustingly funny that I feel compelled to say something about several of them. But let's cut to the chase and give you number 3, no strings attached. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna give you the top 5 jokes about Mortal Kombat X fatalities, with number 1 being number 3 on this list. You following me?
This ought to be
Here
good.
we go.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Oh, please. Really? You gotta do the portal joke? Jeez.
Next Saturday on The Walking Dead.
Clever. Talk about an acid trip. Oh, don't lose your head.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Oh!
Oof. Gee, I wonder whose daughter that is.
Cassie wins.
Yep, Cassie Cage.
Victory.
Thought so.
Fatality.
I don't have a joke for this. Those are just funny.
Nothing need be said. The fatality kind of makes fun of itself, doesn't it?
Leave it to the kings of stupidly flashy and stupidly complex to make an equally stupidly flashy and stupidly complex fighting game, complete with stupidly flashy and stupidly complex finishers. Oh, don't get me wrong, I mean this in an endearing way, especially with what's widely considered to be the best one, the Regnum Day. This finisher pulls out all the stops. Feral Chaos smashes you through the walls of reality itself to a giant flaming arena where he continues to wail on you, then lifts you up, impales you with 7 swords,
I counted.
and then punches you in the face so hard it shuts your game off. From first person. Though I had to take issue with the name Regnum Day, which translates to Kingdom of God. It doesn't relate to what's going on in the attack at all. Or does it? Maybe there's some deep...
What, have you never played a JRPG, man? That's how they always do this shit.
Or it's just Latin because they thought it sounded cool.
Which it does. I think.
Alright, let's see what your number 1 is.
You know, everyone in the DC universe is ridiculously overpowered when you get down to it. Every other guy can break the speed of light, dimensions...
I think I see where this is going.
How Injustice Gods Among Us embraced that. Many of the finishers are beyond ridiculous and show how hardcore DC superpowers are when you think about them deeply enough. So here, I'm giving number 1 to Flash's super move, Speed Zone.
That is awesome.
Running around the world and delivering a sucker punch at that speed? That's really gotta hurt. And yet, for some reason, the second punch does more damage. Why is that? I've racked my brain on this for a while, but I can't figure it out.
It's a video game. That's how it always works.
Help of RL Yoshi, because he is far better at physics than I.
Well, there's a lot going on here. Keep in mind these are only rough calculations due to the nature of the scene, but it's the most accurate one we can really get with the information provided. We can see in the cutscene that, assuming...
Well, at least they acknowledge that this is basically game theory now.
...runs from his spot all around around the world and back to the same position in 7.34 seconds. And through careful focusing and lots of rewatching of the clip, we can tell that he's constantly accelerating as he runs. Notice how he takes a comparatively long amount of time to run off the right side of the planet, but is faster when he comes back on from the left, and that's not even accounting for how he spends basically no time on the side of the planet we can't see. Long story short, I calculated his acceleration to average out to 1,931,366.88 meters per second squared. Now, the Flash's weight is 195...
Yeah, it's because this was what people expected out of a top 10 list.
Now know as
Math.
Well, applying Newton's second law of motion, force equals mass times acceleration... we
And
can
science!
The force of the Flash's special attack is roughly 169,960,285 newtons.
Okay, that's a lot of big numbers. Can we get some context for this?
Oh, sorry, a wrecking ball typically weighs 1,000 pounds. Now, imagine a wrecking ball the same size, but weighs about 340 times that of a normal wrecking ball, and that wrecking ball hitting you at 160 miles per hour. By all accounts, Flash's punch would make a normal guy explode.
Yeah.
Ouch. So,
And considering he uses this on guys like Batman and the Joker, who, despite any pretense of them being superhuman, they are still human beings. Batman, even at his strongest, is still a human, and would probably explode at a punch like that.
Explain the increased damage. But here we see the opponent move upwards parabolically and drop slightly, indicating the original force exerted is now gone. There is no logical accounting for the second punch's increased damage. Guess science can't explain everything when it comes to video games.
I'm the Fiery Joker, and DC physics are bullshit.
Alright, so that was JoshScorcher, or the Fiery Joker, as he apparently calls himself. Oh, and he's a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, too, I see. Kind of reminds me a lot of Il Naj in a way. At least the look. That's pretty good artwork going there, though. Okay. Alright, so that is JoshScorcher. I'm curious about that. I'm on the fence on this one. He's not bad. I'm going to say that right now. He's actually really good. Despite my jokes, he had a really good delivery. He had excellent production values. I mean, aside from a few clips that he used being a little, low quality, most of his footage was all good. His editing was top notch. He used a lot of good effects, and didn't overuse anything. You can tell this guy's been doing this for a while. He's got some experience, and it shows. I mean, he does about as good as I probably would do nowadays. If I were actually doing videos again. Let's be honest here. But I can see why you showed me this one. I might be subbing to this guy. But I don't know. I think the one thing, there's something off about this, and I think what it is that there's nothing really that original about him. Nothing that really stands out about him. I mean, what is he doing that nobody else is doing? Because most of the jokes he was doing, most of the personality he has, the look that he's offering, it's the same exact thing that a dozen other YouTubers and internet critics out there are already doing. There's really nothing that stands out about him. So, Jonimus, yeah, you just missed it. We were talking about a guy by the name of JoshScorcher, aka the Fiery Joker on YouTube. Links in the description for his channel if you're curious. But honestly, I mean, he's got the production value, but he doesn't have the originality to him. That's the thing that hurts him the most. I mean, you could make the argument that, okay, he's perfecting what's already done. That may be true, but even then, he hasn't perfected anything yet. He's just doing what everyone else is doing. He's doing it well, and he's certainly given it his all. I'll give him that. Hey, you know what? Hey, Justice, if I could do that, I sure as hell would. I mean, if he could afford to do that, I would. But I don't know. Something about this guy just seems off. And just feels like there's something, you know, I think he's missing something. And maybe that's just me. I don't know. Yeah, I think he needs to, I don't even know he has a staff. He has all that going for him. I think what it is that he still hasn't found his own style. He's found a style, and it's working. I mean, he's got more subs than I ever did, so he's obviously doing something right. But it honestly feels to me like there's nothing about him that makes him stand out from everybody else. And I hate to say it. I mean, I'll probably still sub him. I'll probably still follow him. He seems to have got some good jokes, and he's got some good talent. I don't know. I just don't think this is going to be a guy that I'm going to be suddenly hooked on. I think it's going to be a guy like, okay, this guy's not bad. I'll keep an eye on him. Well, maybe this isn't the right video for me. I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I call it like I see it. But if you guys like it, nothing wrong. Hey, no shame. Like I said, link to his channels in the description box down below. Definitely check him out. And to answer your question, Mike Maverick, $20 for $20 or more, I will do one of these kind of reactions for YouTube. But because I can know what you're thinking, you cannot send me one of your own videos. It has to be somebody else. You cannot send me your own work to criticize. It has to be somebody else's work. I'm not. We're not doing 20. You're not donating just to plug your own shit. Nice try. If you want to plug somebody else's stuff, then that's fine. But you have to plug. You cannot plug. You cannot donate for me to watch your stuff. Projects. I have no idea what that even is. I'll be completely honest there, Mike. I have no idea who DSP is off the top of my head. I don't know who Project 7 is or what Project 7 is. Hey, Justice, that may be true, but again, how long is, hold on, let me check. How long has this guy been doing these videos? I'm going to check something here because I want to see how long he's been doing these videos. Because that's going to tell me whether or not this guy, because again, there's nothing about this that feels original. It's the same kind of jokes, the same kind of shtick. There's nothing that stands out to me. I mean, if he's been doing this for a long time, since like the internet community, the internet reviewing community was like first blowing up, okay, fine, maybe I'll give him a pass. But if he's only been around for a few years, if he's only been around for like 2 or 3 years, I'm not gonna cut him much, cause hold on, easy way to doing this, easy way. Of course, trying to do this while we're live right now is not making this any easier. Date added. Come on, YouTube. Work with me here. There we go. I'll just do this. Let's see how long he's been doing videos. More specific, how long he's been doing these kind of videos. 7 years ago. Okay, so about the same time as everybody else has really started kicking into gear. So, yeah, because he's about the same time as all of the rest of us. Oh, Dark Side Phil. Oh, you know what? I've heard of Dark Side. I've never seen his stuff. Never heard of Dark Side Phil. I've never watched his stuff. Now, getting back on Josh here. Okay, so he's about the same time as everybody else is starting to really get into stuff. So, all right. I'll give credit where credit is due. I'll let him go a little bit, but again, everyone else is kind of doing the same thing, and I'm willing to bet it took them a while to get to this point, so He probably saw what everyone else is doing and jumped on and started like molding his show the same way. That's the way it's the way it looks to me. So that's how I feel now. I'm gonna be right back because I gotta go take care of my kids real quick. I was hoping I didn't have to go through a stream without doing this, but that's how it goes. But when I get back, we got one more show we're gonna do, and you guys are probably gonna love my reactions to this one. I will be right back. Kids, am I right? Sorry about that, folks. You hear my son screaming in the background? I apologize. He's not going to sleep like he's supposed to, and he's causing us trouble. Don't worry. Just give me a nice talking to. Alright, so he's admitted to being a bandwagon. Well, then there you go. See, that's the problem. I mean, admittedly, I started doing reviews, being a bandwagon jumper, but I tried to do things my own way. I tried to find my own style and my own technique. I don't see that with him. Yeah, and Solar Star, yeah. I mean, you gave me, for last month's donation, you gave me an anime. So yeah, if you want to do something else for that, for the next month with $20, I will certainly, it counts. Like I said, $20 subscription to Patreon, you can suggest every month. Thank you, Jonimus. Thank you for seeing what I'm seeing here. I mean, I don't mind people, getting on, jumping on a bandwagon, but when you do it, you got to find your own way. You've got to find your own style. I mean, that's why I do these streams the way I do them. I don't try to be like a lot of the other Twitch guys out there or Ustream or all these other people who do all these different kinds of streams. I mean, I could do Let's Plays like everybody else, but then how would I be different than anybody else? What would I do for Let's Plays and streams and stuff like that nobody else is doing? I don't think I could find that kind of thing. That's why I stick to anime podcasts and stuff, because here I can be myself and do things my way and do my own style. I mean, who else is doing something like Rising Sun? Who's doing something like Ranger Recap? I mean, yeah, there's Power Rangers podcast, but who's doing riffs on episodes, emails and comments, and a Sentai tournament? Who else is doing that kind of thing? Who else is doing Toku riffs? I mean, granted, we walk a fine line. I don't think anyone would take the chance to do Toku riffs, but who else is doing that? Mike, I'm going to be honest with you, dude, and I know you're going to probably, and I'm going to be sorry if I offend you in here, but I honestly have not had the time to sit down and watch every YouTuber out there. I know you constantly ask me to check out your stuff. I'm sorry, dude. I just don't have the time. I barely can keep myself together enough to watch this stuff. But from what little I've seen of you, I don't think you're doing any. I think you're doing okay. Shut up, phone. I don't think I saw anything of yours that made me go, okay, he's just doing what everyone else is doing. I mean, you had the whole Ace Attorney, thing going on for a while, and I thought that was interesting, I mean, it's one thing if you're similar or have, like, similarities to other reviewers, but it's another when you're just flat out doing what everybody's doing. I mean, when you're in this kind of field, you're going to do stuff similar to other people. There's just no getting around it. I mean, when I was doing anime reviews, there are other people doing the same kind of reviews I'm doing, and there's going to be similarities. It's just unavoidable. You're going to be compared, but if you're not, as long as you're not doing the exact same thing as everybody else, then it's fun. That's what I saw with JoshScorcher here, is that it felt like every but other countdown guy I've ever seen. Again, he does it good. I can understand if some of you guys like his stuff. I just don't see anything that makes me stand out. Now, let's get off that before I get on another go off on this tangent again. Time for our other reaction or riff of the night, because we recently changed up the incentives one more time to add in something that I think you guys, because it's $100 for Bobo. I mean, we gotta have something in between all that. So every $50 from here on out, every $50 total I receive, I'm gonna riff another anime. One that's not as grinding or terrible for me, but it's still up there. Not only for the anime not being very good itself, but also for the fact that it's got some scars on it left some scars on my childhood because they aired it. It was a show that was aired on Toonami, but had no reason to be there. That's the thing. I mean, that was what this was. And that series, of course, is Hamtaro. Oh, yes, folks, the little rodent is back from the dead. And when I say that, you notice, I've got room over here. I checked. Unlike Bobobo, which was relicensed and has been redistributed, there are no licenses currently active for Hamtaro. Nobody is reselling this shit. It's not on any legal streaming site. There's nowhere you can buy it. So I'm a little less concerned about showing the video on here. I mean, I'm sure it's still gonna be a risky venture, but honestly, nobody is airing this. Nobody is selling this. There is no active license for this series. The last company, I mean, like, even in other countries, the last year that this aired was back in 2011. That's freaking 4 years ago. And that was in, like, some far-off country. That wasn't even in America. So I'm going to be willing for now, unless I get a, content ID hit, to show you guys this show in its entirety. Mike, I'm surprised they haven't already, but let's thank God that they don't. Let's thank God that they have not touched it. Let me get a sip of water here. Because I need my riffing vocal cords in high gear here. And before you ask, yes, I checked. That is the title of the episode. Or at least the English one. And this is the dub, which is an Ocean Studio dub. So, these are the guys who did, Gundam Wing. And you're going to hear a lot of voices from that in here. So, yeah, it looks like it. Toku Game Fan, it looks like it's lost to time, which, hey, trust me, I'm not complaining about. I am not complaining about at all. It can stay lost in time for all I care. But, nonetheless, here we are. And from here on out, every $50, I'll be riffing one of these, and every 2 episodes of these is going to include a Bobobo episode. So, you're guaranteed to get at least 2 to 3 riffs per episode. Per stream, if everything goes right. Well, here we go. Hamtaro Episode 1. Hamtaro. Oh god, we got kidnappers. Either that or the war is approaching. I know those are supposed to be cute, but eyes like that in a dark room always seem creepy to me. I don't know why. I want out! Let me out! Let me out! I want freedom! You can't lock me up in here! I didn't do nothing! Yeah, the Rugrats call. They want their gimmick back, breaking out of the cage. Come on. Gee, Solar Star, what was your first clue?
What's the smell? Something smells yummy.
Then again, oh. I didn't realize Hamtaro was a cat. Busted.
What's this? Spot out of your carrier again? Oh, you chewed a hole in my brand new curtains.
Those curtains worth $5,000, you little rodent. I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, you're always getting yourself into trouble when I'm out of the room, silly. Be a good little boy and stay put in here until we're finished unpacking everything, okay?
Solar Star, don't even joke like that. Knowing this show, they probably would do it if they could.
Oh, that's right. Now remember, we just moved to a brand new house today.
Also, I double-checked. That girl... Remember how I mentioned these were the same guys' voices who did Gundam Wing? That girl is voiced by Sally Poe. Look it up.
And I'm a hamster. I live here with Laura Haruna and her mom and dad.
Oh, you're a hamster, huh? I didn't notice. I thought you were some kind of alligator.
Having fun, Hamtaro? Kush, 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 kush. I may be small, but I'm tougher than I look.
Well, looks like someone just flipped a badass switch. Problem is, they don't work here.
Packing. Your room's really starting to look good.
Think so?
Sure does. Let's go take a break downstairs.
Sounds good. See ya, Hamtaro. And remember, no gnawing on the walls or curtains, my furry little friend. Wouldn't want to wreck my new bedroom, would ya?
If you do, I'm gonna have to destroy you.
A brand new bedroom and a brand new house. It's time to explore. This room's so big, I don't know where to start.
Doesn't a reasonable human being usually keep locks on cages like that? I mean, I'm not talking like a padlock or nothing, just a little thing. You can get out of that cage way too easy, that's all I'm saying. Oh yes, head into that dark back alley.
This looks like a good place to start.
I don't know about that, Red Rob.
Don't frown, dear. It's bad for your wrinkles. Look at this place. It's beautiful.
Here's your hot chocolate.
Thanks, Pumpkin.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good thought, Solar Star. Yeah, I think she should be less worried about him tearing up the carpet than leaving little pellets all over the floor.
Oh, don't look so scared.
Yeah, right. Your hot chocolate's good too. Really.
Ticky, 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 ticky. Dead end. Now what do I do? This can't be good. This calls for hand power.
Ham power? You're not a pig!
I'm going out, Hamtaro. See you in a bit. He must be sleeping.
You can't just look inside his little house to see if he's there? Like... I'm hungry and it looks tasty, but I don't want to move.
Wow, what a great place. Huh?
Oh yeah, Mike, I've heard of that one.
Hey, wait up, don't run off.
Hey, I want that seed, it's mine! Run away, run away! I put in yakety sacks, but it sounds like they already beat me to it.
No. No. It's gone. I've lost it.
What are you looking for?
My sunflower seed is gone.
Your sunflower seed?
Yeah, it was my last one. Yeah.
Wait, I'll help you look. 2 hamster heads are better than 1. My name's Hantaro.
Yeah, 2 times 0 is 0. You guys got no brains. This'll take forever.
What's your name?
Oh, my friends call me Oxnard.
Oh. Hi,
Oxnard?
Sorry, listen, Stare, please.
Not even gonna swing at that one.
What's the problem?
Not even gonna swing at that.
But it's not nice to stare.
That's okay.
And Lady K just woke up and realized that I'm watching.
Apology accepted if you'll be my friend.
You got yourself a deal.
It's your idea.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip. There it is. I'm so glad I got you back. I missed you.
Somebody, I know some of you guys, somebody did.
And it's all thanks to you.
Amen, Mike Maverick. Amen. Though I'm not a big fan of ecchi myself. You weigh like 100 tons, you fat bastard!
Squish you or anything, did I, Hamtaro?
No, I'm alright.
Who's in my...
Mike, B-Swords fan, dude, I only watched this show because it was on Toonami and there was nothing else fucking on. And even then, sometimes I'd find ways to avoid watching this.
So sorry.
I did not like it then, and I don't like it now.
An explorer's gonna expect to meet a few monsters. Just come and get me.
It's just another hamster. Doesn't even look like a fucking monster. Not, and you can't tell me it's because it's dark in there or the lights behind him.
Oh, sniffed me out, did ya? What do you think? Did I trick you? I love playing jokes like that on my friends.
What's your name?
You've probably heard of me before. I'm Boss, the one and only.
Boss?
Yeah, heard of you. Sure.
Oh boy, you sure made a mess of my tunnel.
I'm so sorry. It's entirely my fault. I did it. I'm the one to blame.
Sorry, boss. It's both our faults. But it was an accident.
No, it's my fault. See, there was a seed.
Wow, he's quick to accept the blame.
Anything, and
No, wait.
Okay, that's enough. What's done is done and we can't undo it. I'll just have to rebuild it, won't I?
We'll help you,
You guys will have to owe me later $10,000
Team effort.
with interest.
Yep, leave it to me. So, you say your name's Hamtaro, and your name's Oxnard, isn't it? Uh-huh. Okay, so now the introductions are out of the way, the next thing I'm supposed to do is show you around my home, I guess.
Dad, you know what Hamtaro did this morning? Come on, Dad. Hurry.
Hey, slow down.
You know, Mike Maverick, I thought, I haven't seen the Japanese version, but what little I saw of Hoshino Kirby, aka Kirby Right Back At Ya, wasn't that bad. Despite the fact there was a 4Kids dub.
Think some more tunnels to work off some steam. Which
I've seen worse.
right now if 2 little critters hadn't fallen from the sky.
Little critters? You mean Oxnard and me?
I'm so sorry. You're right. I am a little critter, and I did interrupt you. I've ruined your tunnel.
Hey, don't
My God, dude, he already forgave you. Chill out.
here we are. This is my place.
Welcome to my secret laboratory, gentlemen.
Don't be shy. Come on in.
Did you make all this yourself, boss?
Sure I did. Field hamsters have to do everything ourselves. We don't have owners to make our houses and feed us like pet hamsters.
Looks like my house on a normal day.
And a handy ham too.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Hey, what was that problem you were starting to tell us about before?
Oh,
Sad part is, Red Rob, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm all ears, boss.
okay. But you have to promise that it's just our little secret, all right?
You come down here for secret time anytime you want, gentlemen.
Come close.
You like a good girl?
Pipe down, would you? It's embarrassing.
I just gotta get laid, you know.
I want to tell her how I feel. want to tell her that I like her. I'm positive she's gonna feel the same way about me, too. You know what?
That's what they always say there, buddy.
I may be handsome and brilliant and strong, but I'm basically the shy type. I just don't know how to go about telling her.
I've never had that kind of problem before.
Why don't you sing her a song? Song to make people happy.
They do?
When Laura sings, she always has this great big smile, and sometimes dances too.
Hey, yeah. Kana always watches those music videos on the TV box and she sings along with them.
Oh yeah, remember they used to play music videos on television?
I'll sing a song and she'll be smiling and dancing and falling for me before she knows.
How ironic that I think at the time this show's airing, they stopped doing that in America.
Here for a sec?
Sure thing. I'll wait here for you.
Thanks, Dad. I won't be long.
Well, let's meet this cute girl hamster.
So, that's the girl you like.
Yeah, and her name is Bijou.
Oh, I wouldn't mind splitting seeds with her.
Bijou, huh?
That's my girl. Don't
What,
go
we going
near me,
French
boy.
now all of a sudden?
Because she's one step away from falling head over paws from me.
No, I wouldn't do that to you, boss. Look, I think she woke up from her nap.
Your big chance.
And he freezes into a cardboard cutout.
All right. Here goes.
Let's see how far he gets.
Boss, you can do it.
Go, boss.
And now we await the inevitable pratfall where he falls on his face and looks like an idiot.
Oh, whoa.
Wait for it, wait for it. Decent recovery.
Now, a song to you from Boss. I am your ham.
Hang in there. Come on.
No, this isn't good. A song's gotta have words to make people happy.
Help me.
Oh, chicky, chicky.
Yeah, I'm on.
Jam. Ticky, ticky,
Yeah, I think there's a lot more than splitting seeds involved here.
Oh, cushy, cushy, cushy. Remember, I'm your ham. Bada, bada, bada.
Yeah.
You need a man. Dabba, dabba, dabba. Remember, I'm your ham. Oh. It looks just like Hamtaro.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's just... See that hamster on the cover? It looks a lot like my pet hamster at home. That's why...
Wait, you have a pet hamster too?
Yeah, I love hamsters.
My hamster's name is
And
Hamtaro.
now
He
we've
lives
got
in all the
we've
favorite
got
shows.
a
He looks just like this picture.
shipping setup here if you guys ever seen one.
Hi, Dad. Guess what?
Slash figures to your
This
fanfics.
is my new friend, Dad. We're in the same grade and we even go to the same school.
Chance meeting like that, bumping into each other.
Nice to meet you.
That's a romance if I ever saw one.
Go. See you at school tomorrow, Laura.
Okay,
You know I'm right.
bye.
Nice meeting you.
Bye, Kana.
I think she liked our song, or else she's cleaning her cage.
I wonder
It
if by
all worked
myself.
out, didn't it, boss?
I did it! Ah, she likes me. I knew I could make her happy. I'm the boss. Oh, yeah, who rules? Oh.
And denied.
What's wrong with her eye? Maybe she had an eyelash in her eye or something.
Or maybe you're just an idiot, Hamtaro.
Right, dismissed.
That was sure fun hanging out.
Bad.
Hamtaro.
Huh?
Nice song back there. I'm not a great singer, but I'm good at practically everything else.
Oh, you're jack of all trades, master of none. Is that what it is?
And guess what? Oh, I better step on it.
Okay, note to self, lay off the sunflower seeds, my friend.
Look, Hamtaro, see my new notebook? Doesn't this chubby little hamster look just like you? Huh? that goofy thing. Oh, well,
Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
Can't tell hamsters apart. People all look the same to me too, so I can't complain. Night, Mom. Night, Dad.
Good night, Brandy.
Brandy's the dog, Mom.
Oops, sorry, dear.
Night, Pumpkin.
Your mother doesn't even remember what your name is.
We moved
Wow.
to our new house today, and I've already met a new
Ow.
friend.
Yeah,
Her name's
she
Kana.
confused her own daughter for the dog.
I do. Maybe Taro and her hamster will become friends.
Show that face right now. Show them that face.
No.
They need to see that. That's the face.
No. I looked a hell of a fight right. Or,
I need some new buddies too. It was so much fun. Well, that was quite a day. We sure had a great time, didn't we? And I bet tomorrow will be even more fun.
You don't even know he did anything. How do you mean he had a great time? You don't even know what the hell he did.
You say child neglect.
No, she just left him in his cage. He got out, but
I was referring to the mom.
oh yeah, the mom's the mom's a fucking idiot. Confusing her own daughter for the dog. Wow, that's it. Red Rob losing? If she's already at the point where she's confusing her daughter for her dog, she already lost her marbles. Yeah, that was Hamtaro episode 1. This aired on Toonami, ladies and gentlemen. And whether you're talking about the Toonami of today, or the Toonami of when this actually aired, this does not belong on Toonami. You could argue for any other show that ever aired on Toonami, you could defend being on Toonami. Powerpuff Girls, Sailor Moon.
At least those girls can kick ass.
Exactly. There was, Toonami was supposed to be an action cartoon block. Hell, Tenchi Muyo had more of a place on Toonami, and it was a harem anime. But at least Tenchi freaking kicks some ass every once in a blue moon. This...
I thought we agreed never to bring that anime up in this house.
What, Tenchi?
Yes. I hate that thing. I hate that show, you remember? With a freaking passion.
Actually, no, that's the first time you've ever said that to me.
Seriously?
Yeah!
We've been together 11 years. That's the first time I've mentioned hating Tenchi Muyo.
And that's funny considering how many times I've brought up Tenchi, especially with TJ breathing down my neck for bashing on it. Yeah, you learn something new every day. Actually, boys, Code Lyoko was never on Toonami. No. No. It was on the block that replaced Toonami. Yeah, Maguzi or something like that. But it should have been on Toonami. I will say that. Code Lyoko should have been on Toonami because Code Lyoko was fucking awesome.
And it was French.
Yeah, it was a French-made show, too. The French actually did something right for once. Oh, I love Code Lyoko. Are you kidding me? And the sad part is we never got to see, like, the 4th season where it actually got even better than what we saw. I don't even think we made it to season 3 on Cartoon Network. But seasons 4, apparently, I never got a chance to see season 4, but from what I've heard, season 4 got even more awesome. Because of the shit they pulled off. I mean, again, this was a French cartoon that just happened to look a lot like an anime. But I will say this, even though I'll probably never review Code Lyoko since it's technically out of my jurisdiction, if I ever was going to, I would give Code Lyoko the Shade's official seal of approval. Red Rob, the autism charity took place years ago, back in the early days of Reviewtopia, I believe, or at the very least, early RVT. It was a long time ago. I'm sorry, dude. So I've heard, Beast Wars fan. I've heard it was okay. I heard it was alright. Well, hey, Justice, with Code Lyoko, when you're dealing with, mixing traditional animation with CG, like a full CG show, and the CG is not all that good, or the CG wasn't exactly like the newest kind. Huh? It wasn't top notch. Yeah, its age is going to show after a while, but I could, you know what? My argument has always been that you can forgive bad CG. You know, bad animation like that, even if it ages.
Shit, we forgave Disney.
Yeah, no kidding. My thing of it is that animation like that, you can forgive if the story is top notch. And good God, is Code Lyoko top notch storytelling. The twists, the plot twists that they pull off in that series, the fact that the good guys don't always win. I mean, hell, there were like several seasons, several season finales where the bad guy won. You know, season 2, if I recall, ended. Like, hold on, let me see if I can remember this right. Season 1 ends with Aelita escaping Lyoko, only for Xana to curse her, so that they can never shut it off, because, well, if they shut it off, she dies. Season 2 ends with Xana literally escaping Lyoko. I mean, every season got more and more intense. That is brilliant. And how many shows would pull that off? Usually the season finale is when the heroes overcome things and they have a new trial set up for next season. No, here, the seasons ended with the bad guy winning. Or at least gaining the upper hand, or gaining, you know.
These were kids.
Yeah, and this was from kids. In a prep school, no less. Yeah, and so I got nothing but love for Code Lyoko. I think it should have been on Toonami, but then again, bad timing. They find the time Cartoon Network finally got the rights to air it, Toonami was moved to Saturdays, and well, they had Maguzi instead. So it got mixed in there with Totally Spies, which is that bad a show, to be honest, but I did too. Not gonna lie, but then again, I was only watching it because I liked Code Lyoko. I was intrigued by that, and Totally Spies was kind of mixed in with it. There was another show that was in there too. I forget what other shows they aired with it, but I know Code Lyoko was the one I was really watching. I think it was that and Pokemon. I think they even had Naruto on Maguzi for a while.
Had to be the first arc, but I think
Yeah. Mike Maverick, no, I am not doing movies on these donation things at all. And anything I do would be anime related anyway. That was one suggestion I won't do. I'm not going to do full-fledged movies, and even if I were, they were going to be anime movies. But then again, there's no legal way, there's no real legal streaming way for me to watch many of these movies, so it'd be kind of unfair to you guys. I want to do stuff that you guys can watch along with me. Otherwise, it'd be no fun. Yeah, I didn't have too much problem with Yumi and Ulrich. I thought they were pretty decent characters. I mean, they weren't great, but I've seen worse. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. They had Yu-Gi-Oh! GX on Maguzi. I remember that now. Actually, Solar Star, considering they've got Naruto and One Piece on there, Fairy Tail doesn't seem that far off.
down and close your eyes.
Don't mind that, folks.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But no, I could see Fairy Tail on Toonami. I don't see why they wouldn't put Fairy Tail on Toonami. It fits. Fairy Tail's awesome. Yeah, I mean, come on. Frickin' Todd Hypercorn as Natsu. He's frickin' badass. I love Fairy Tail. I mean, it's one of the few, like, shonen animes that I'm ahead of her on. Very few. In fact, I think it's the only shonen anime I'm ahead of you on, because you've watched almost most of Naruto. You've pretty much caught up on One Piece. You've finished Toriko. Or you've caught up on Toriko.
I finished Toriko.
Well, you've caught up on, because Toriko's still airing. I think Toriko's still airing. But yeah, you've caught up on Toriko. So, yeah, she's usually watching all of these shonen anime, and she's always ahead of me. This Fairy Tail's the one show I'm ahead of her on. Though, admittedly, not by much. I did actually read the manga, though. Yeah. So the one thing is that neither one of us care about Bleach, so fuck that show. It's the only one of the big shonen ones we don't watch. Oh, Mike Maverick, if they can put freaking Kill la Kill on Toonami, Madoka Magica is easy pickings. They could put Madoka Magica on there. When you consider the shows they've gotten away with, I mean, they put freaking Michiko and Hachi on Toonami. I didn't think that was a show I did not expect them to put on there. But Madoka Magica, I could definitely see them pulling off. I mean, it's either that or they finally put Sailor Moon Crystal like they should have done a while ago. It would be tough, I'll agree. Madoka Magica would be challenging, but I could see them pulling it off. I mean, again, they pulled off Kill la Kill. I didn't think they'd pull off Kill la Kill, and they pulled that off. I mean, with how much they got away with on Kill la Kill, I'm amazed they got that away with that much. So, I could see them pulling off Madoka Magica. I mean, at the very least, they could pull off the movies. They could, I mean, if they can get away with the freaking... A-Justice, the first season or so of Fairy Tail is on Netflix. I know that.
And it skips episodes.
And it skips episodes. This is one of those cases where I would highly recommend a Crunchyroll or a Funimation account. Funimation or Crunchyroll are your two best bets. Usually, if you can get both of those, you're set when it comes to anime. And I think that's because they're still releasing the later seasons on DVD right now, so they're not going to put them up on Netflix right away. So, but I know for a fact that both Fairy Tail is available both on Crunchyroll in Japanese, all like as far as it goes right now, I think. And I know it's like the seasons that have been dubbed are also available on Funimation. But absolutely. Now, that's going to do it for me to here tonight. But as I said before, if you guys want to help out and, you guys want to see something on this particular stream, here's how you do it. Like I said, we're doing this for my fundraiser to get me a better PC to make a better show for you guys. And as you can see, I've even put the current total up at the top. I'm up to $170 right now. I did the math earlier. I double-checked my account and did the math earlier. We're up to $170. And the minimum I want to reach is $500. Ideally, I want to reach to, $1,000 to $1,500, but $500 is at least the bare minimum I can get away with. Yeah, it'll cover the basics, but it won't be it won't be high end, or it won't even be mid end. It'll be low end, but it'll be still a little.
I don't know about that. I found some pretty high end shit for you.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens once we reach the end. So I want to get to $500 by the end of October. That gives us a little over a month. I know that's a bit of a stretch, but come on, guys. I want to at least reach 500. If we don't, I'm not going to be able to use this. That's true, too. Actually, Toku Gaming Fan, again, Kill la Kill. If they could get away with Kill la Kill, I honestly think they could get away with Panty and Stocking. They could do it. Yeah. So, anyway, for as the incentives are as follows right now for you guys. For every $100 total I get, so in $30 more, I'll be riffing another episode of Bo, my most hated anime of all time. For every $50 total I receive, I'll riff an episode of Hamtaro. If we reach that minimum of $500, Lady K has agreed to join me in an English cover of WX Boiled Extreme from Kamen Rider Double. If one of you donates or subscribes to my Patreon for $50 or more, I will riff an anime of your choice. Any anime. Well, almost any anime. I will have some exceptions made at my discretion, but trust me, if I'm doing Bobobo, that list of won't riff is pretty small. There's only like 2 or 3 anime I won't riff. And if you donate $20 or more, or subscribe to my Patreon for that amount, which SolarStar already has, I'll do one of these reactions on a YouTuber of your choice. you know, and even if you can't donate all that, even if you can't donate that much, $1, $2, $3, $5, if that's all you can donate, fine. I'll still send you a personal thank you. These are just incentives for higher amounts. These are just my way of saying thanks for the high amounts. If you donate even $1, I will personally email you and thank you for your donation. I'm not expecting you guys all to cough up this much money. So there's that as well. And if you guys have suggestions for maybe smaller incentives or bigger incentives that you would be willing to donate for, throw it my way. If I think I can make it reasonable and you're willing to pony up the money for it, we'll throw it out there.
I'm getting food.
All right. So we have until October 31st, 2015, a little over a month. Because I want to try to get this computer set up around the time of Ranger Stop, so that I can give you guys some high quality interviews. You know, again, yeah, this is technically for myself, but again, this computer will be used to make a better show for you guys. Right now, this stream that you're watching right now can only go up to 480p, because that's as powerful as my PC will let me go. Just imagine if I could do this at 1080p. Without any lag, without any stuttering, at least not on my end. Audio comes even clearer. The video looks nice and crisp. You guys can see everything. You could pop this up in your TV and it'll look good. Tell me you wouldn't want to see that. I want to give you guys that. But I need your guys' help to do that. That's what this is about more than anything else, because I've said this a dozen times. You guys are the reason I keep doing this. You guys are the reason I'm asking for help, because I would have given up if you guys weren't here to watch this. If this chat was empty right now, I'm looking at this chat and you guys are talking like crazy and I love it. If you guys weren't in this chat, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. Like I said, Red Rob, I just said it right there. Pull this back up. We're at $170 right now. I would need at least $500 to get even a decent computer. Not a very good one, but a decent one. At least slightly better than what I'm using now. And even then, I'd probably have to really, find some stuff on eBay or some good deals on Amazon or Newegg to be able to get the kind of PC I need for that lower price. If I can get to, 1,000 or 1,500, I could come up with a pretty high-end PC that would really blow you guys out of the water. Blow these streams out of the water. That's what I need right now. So, alright, my wife's messaging me. She's out getting food right now. So, that's what I need right now. And I've even made it easy for you guys. Because you can send your donations to my PayPal. Even if you don't have a PayPal yourself, you can go to this address here at the bottom, paypal.me/theshades, to send money to my PayPal through a credit card or whatever means without the need to create a PayPal account. And there's a link to that address in the description below so that you guys can send the money that way. Or there should also be a link to my Patreon. So if you want to go that route, you can subscribe to my Patreon through the link in the description below. Again, I don't expect you guys to all donate $50, $100. I know some of you guys can't afford that. I know some of you guys are as broke as I am. I'm not expecting you guys to go out of your way that much. Those are just incentives for those who really go out of their way for me. I don't ask you to do that. If you can only send me $5, I'll take $5. I'm not, payers cannot be choosers. So, whatever you can donate, I would appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys even if you can't donate. Even if you can't donate, spread the word. Let everyone know what I do, and let them know why I need their help. Sometimes that's all I need. Sometimes that's all you need. Spread the word. But that's going to do it for me here tonight. Let me tell you guys what's happening the rest of this week here on RVTV. Tomorrow night, it is Ranger Recap Live. That's right, folks. We're continuing our look at Dino Charge. The Gold Ranger is in town, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. The Knight of Zanda has arrived, so that should be interesting to see on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it is Matty J Live. I will be joining Matty J along with TWK and Mike Shell. Let's talk about whatever random bullshit we come up with next. Then on Thursday, it's Riff Down with TWK and the crew. They may riff in the next SmackDown, they may not, you never know. It's a crazy night for those guys. Then on Friday, it's RVT Game Night. It's Wii U Game Night, which means it's time for Splatoon with me and TWK and possibly TJ Omega. Word on the street, he might be joining us on that. I'm going to confirm, but we'll see. Then on Saturday, it's SNN Radio They'll See in the gang with more crazy stuff if he's able to make it. But we'll see what happens on that. Then on Sunday, it's Tokurus Live. We may be finishing up Drive this weekend. I can only hope we do, but we shall see. If not, we'll at least have a good stream for you guys set up for that one as well. So join me, Easy Rider, and Spade Ace for that. Then, of course, next Monday, it is the Rising Sun podcast. It's Yami Anji's pick this week for the anime, so you never know what's going to happen with that. It's going to be classic. It's going to be fun. You should guys join us as well. But that is going to do it. Make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube as well as subscribe to RVT so that you guys can see all the latest videos and streams as they arrive. Especially since, actually, tonight, before I go to bed, you guys are going to be getting the first of the MetroCon interviews. For those who have not followed me on Patreon, excuse me. Sorry about that. For those of you who have not subscribed to me on Patreon, you're finally going to get a chance to see the MetroCon interviews that we did this year. First up is Robbie Damon, the new Tuxedo Mask. Lady K will be interviewing him tonight. You'll see that interview tonight. And then stay tuned all week long. Every night we're going to be releasing one more of the MetroCon interviews. Robbie Damon, Stephanie Shea, Erica Mendez, Travis Willingham, Laura Bailey, Carrie Karanen. 6 great interviews for you guys. Definitely do not want to miss these. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining us, of course. On behalf of Lady K, who took off already, I'm the Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!